I'll wait for everyone to tune in. I'm going to limit the lobby, amount of people who are in the lobby as well. Ooh, just in time, whoever that was, or someone's left. We saw 19, that might have been you, right?
I'm spectator.
Yeah, 18. So I think everyone can ready up. I'm pretty sure. Just make sure the stream's up and then do my little introduction. I think it is. So hello and welcome to a very late FRL F4 grid. If any of the drivers are listening, you can ready up. But we of course here for round 17 Singapore Grand Prix at this beautiful Yas Marina track at night time. It is obviously F4 season 1, the first ever season of F4. Who's going to come out on top of Singapore? It's going to be very interesting to see. Parrots just about in time, but it's nice to have company in a commentary box. And sadly we don't have a full grid, but Parrot, how are you doing?
I'm good, as always, and you?
I'm good myself, and hopefully
Always
we
good.
get a good race as well. Obviously a lot of the drivers and both streams I think generally have been late because of the massive update for F2 cars, which seems a little bit unnecessary, but obviously we race on Mondays and Tuesdays, so usually F3 and F4 do get hit by the updates, which usually come on Mondays. But it is actually light rain, Parrot, I've just seen.
Yes.
So that's going to be interesting to see whether it is into conditions straight from the off, or maybe it's going to be other conditions. Just looking at F3, by the way, I believe they've loaded in as well. Theirs is dry. They've got a full grid, so F3 as usual. Very, very nice. But
I think it's some weird conditions and you can go on the slick tires because it's not wet or something.
Session's taking its time to load as well, so I'll check.
Everyone left the session on my screen.
I think you've left. That's what I think.
I am rejoining.
And I can't tell if the stream's working or not.
Oh, can't join the session. The session is full. Oh.
Wow.
Because the limit, I think.
Well, try and restart your game or something, but hopefully it all works. I think the stream is fine, which is... That's decent, but
it's
obviously...
a bit pixel or something.
Oh, yeah, it's got better on my end, but hopefully, Parrot, you'll be able to rejoin. If you have to restart your PS4, obviously do so, I'll stay in a party, so you can just rejoin. But we will go on board with Pippo. Whether these are going to be the best conditions of the session or get worse is yet to be seen. But Pippo, round the last corner, he's going to start off on his lap. He has got DRS, which probably does tell you it is slick conditions, but the Italian is going to come through turn 1. Someone's left the session as well. That's not too good. But Pippo coming through turn 3. This is, I believe, under the bridge. And then just ahead you can see the cartwheel, very similar to, I think it's the London Eye. But anyway, FRL Pippo grabbing the DRS and coming down into turn 7. This is called the Nicola Highway, this little straight here, before you go into turn 8. And then this is going to lead up all the way to Stamford Road. These names, I'm not sure how right they are. But Pippo still on a valid lap. He has hit the wall though, and it's lucky not to get damaged. Well, a bit of a scruffy lap here from Pippo. Coming through turn 9. I think this used to be the Singapore Sling, but it's obviously been changed. I think since 2015, I think. But Pippo once again is going to get another dose of DRS. See what he can do as we'll see his second sec split. It's a 13.8. And he's going pretty well at the moment, Pippo. Coming now into the last sector of turn, I think this is 16. I'm going to quickly get a little bit of a better track map. As this one... looks a little bit better. As Pippo come around now, this is going to be turn 22 into 23. Pippo's going to set off the pace in a Williams. And it seems to be a little bit of a scrappy session so far by the means of internet connections from obviously me, Parrot, and a few other drivers. But he will set the pace with a 52.5. That's definitely going to be topped if the conditions improve. As VIP GTA Gamer, he's now crashed out the session. And I think that is just down a straight. I think that's just out to the last corner or just before the first corner. Very odd there. I can hear you, Parrot, clicking around. Is there any luck you're having? I guess not, but hopefully, Parrot, you'll be able to rejoin.
I cannot join the session. The session is full. Oh, this lobby limit is so stupid.
Have you tried to close the application and restart your PS4? What about restarting your PS4?
Oh, okay, do we?
You could try doing that, but anyway. Back to the action. As Parrot obviously is going to leave to try and close the application and restart the PS4. This F1 game's not always the best with all these internet problems, whether it's myself or the F1 games, but I think both could probably be better. But it is Energy who puts a massive distance between himself and Pippo, 2.2 seconds. And that's going to take some beating, but O'Steven going to come through the second sector. He does a 14.8. The Ferrari driver isn't pushing by looking at the ERS. Or maybe he is, it's hard to tell. You do get less wheel spin when you do turn off the ERS, so maybe that's a tactic by O'Steven. As Panda now sets the new fastest lap or provisional pole. And as you can see, I think the track is now starting to properly dry up. But obviously Panda's a new F4 reserve driver. Hopefully he's not too close to F3 pace, but O'Steven here is going to finish his lap. It's not a very fast one by any means. I don't think he was pushing. I think now he should start to be pushing with the ERS, but he still isn't. So odd tactics, and he's low on fuel. So who has a clue what O'Steven's doing? But we'll go on board with the next driver across the line, which I think is going to be Lewis. He's on outlap though. So the next one will be Imposter, who's also on an outlap. And then you've got Illicit Brown, who's the only McLaren as Kevin couldn't make this race. But that's maybe not too bad given he had a qualifying ban, but he'll probably still, I believe, have to serve that in the next race we have. And the next race after this, after Singapore, it is Japan. So after this, obviously, we have the infamous Japan circuit, where a lot of championships have been decided in the past. It's a very close championship, as Energy extends that gap, or takes it off Panda, I believe. I think he took it off Panda, as Panda had provisional pole, but Energy reclaims that, like he did before Panda's lap, and it's a really fast lap, 45.1, and I think it's showing, yeah, the conditions are almost bone dry now, so time should start to skyrocket down. Already have 2 DNFs, so 16 drivers left in a running, and we've only had 7 setting valid lap times. Ties as well, he's starting to push. Mercedes, I think that's finishing his lap. Panda, or starting a new one. Alfa Romeo as well, I think that is Evil Zook, who's invalidated. His lap doesn't seem to be setting a world alight, as we have a Ferrari of, I think that is Demoniac, no sorry, O'Steven, but he's pitting, so not as he, no, oh, okay, I'm really confused here what's happening. I think this is my connection, but we won't dwell on it too much, as I think there's the Alpine of, as Parrot joins the party. Lewis is gonna finish off on his invalidated lap, but Parrot, any luck?
No.
Ah, well. Maybe you, I don't know. You can watch on stream, or obviously feel free to leave, as it is going to be quite painful for you, obviously, to commentate. But at the moment, energy out on top. We can do our qualifying predictions at least, unless you want to say something.
This lobby limit is so fucking stupid. Sorry, but don't do this again. Because if you now disconnect or something, you can't rejoin because there's a limit people.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't really be that way. As Tires sets provisional poll, but obviously feel free to leave as Panda sets.
And maybe send a new invite, maybe that help.
I'll send a quick one, as the session is obviously going to get faster. But if you can't join, will you leave or will you watch on the stream? I don't mind either, obviously.
I don't know.
Well, no worries either way, as Panda's slightly down in time. Even Zook went second on a pair of mediums. As Ties, as well as I should have sent that invite. Ties is up by a second. Demoniac.
Yeah, I can't join.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, as I said, feel free to leave. I don't blame you, as it's going to be tough to obviously listen to the stream and keep up. So, yeah, I don't mind what you do if you want to leave the party, but at the moment, times are still getting faster as the track has, I think, now reached its absolute peak, as you got Panda out on top for now. Mockingjay will... I think the McLaren is next on track, next to finish his lap, but he's on an out lap. And you've got, I believe it is Demoniac, who's pitting. Then and Aston Martin, who's finishing on his lap as well. He's going to improve by 2 seconds, quite a healthy amount, up to 4th, as Ties now sets provisional pole with a 38.1. Not too bad at all from Ties, as I think there's a Red Bull coming around last corner. Red Bulls both haven't set lap times, and there you go. Just when as they do, Arise steals provisional pole by 7/10, but that's not the largest gap we've seen in qualifying. But as the times start to get faster, obviously it's going to become a smaller gap from first to second, as obviously you can gain, or you can gain more time in the wet conditions. As Resolute Rally goes all the way up to second. I thought I was looking more towards 10th and below. Very impressive from Resolute Rally there, jumping a whole bunch of drivers. I think 2 Alpines are next. Lewis is deciding to cut a few corners, which is a bit cheeky. I think he's got wing damage, so it's tough to cut corners as well in Singapore, but that was an interesting corner cut. But either or, I think Illicit Brownie, he's invalidated. That's a shame for him. As I think Resolute Rally... No. As Parrot, heard you make
the party, Bunty.
Yeah, no worries. I'll see you next week, hopefully, with obviously without the lobby limit. I'll try my best to do that, and maybe some with no update, obviously, by the game. So, doi Parrot, doi doi. Yeah, you too. Doi doi.
I'm watching the stream, so.
Sure thing.
And play some F1 without Asif.
No worries, no worries. As I think the Mercedes now of Mockingjay is going to come around the last corner, but it's invalid as he improved actually slightly. I think Arise is on a lap, no, but he pits, and then it is Cryptic who's also invalidated. So a lot of invalidations. I think I'll check the stream. But yeah. But yeah, the internet connections and problems. I'll quickly check the Discord, see if there's any issues, but But yeah, with all the issues, it looks like maybe sorted. I'm not too sure whether my internet's too good, especially with Stephen lagging in and out of the pit. But I'll try my best to get around it. As Alyssa Brownie goes up from 13th to 7th. But at the moment, with I think it was 3.5 minutes left, Arise is out on top by 4/10, which is a healthy gap to Resolute Rally in second. Alpha Tauri are putting their sole driver for this race, in third. And also another Red Bull performing really well. Both Red Bulls actually going out at the same time. He's in fifth. Pippo in fourth. Novi IPGJ Gamer, he's going to be starting last. Maybe I will have to check qualifying bans and race bans. But in terms of what the stewards gave for F4 for this race, Jimstrav got a race ban, and Jimstrav, I'll say the championship stands later, that's quite crucial. And FIFA player or imposter got a qualifying ban where he's retired, Andy and Kevin Kaser. So Kevin Kaser obviously didn't serve his as he's not in a session, so no one's broken the rules, which is pretty good for F4. As still looking for that elusive track map. And seems to have just disappeared, but at the moment all the big boys in this session are yet to go out on flying laps. Demoniac putting himself up to third, but it's going to be interesting to see what he can do, as I finally found it again, I believe. And that should be enough. But with 2 minutes left, obviously it is the Red Bull of Arise out on top. You can put your qualifying predictions in the comments. It's a bit late, but as Evo says, I can't join anymore. I'll check F3. F3's at the moment got Charlie on pole by 17 thousandths of a second, and I think he secured pole by one of the smaller margins we've seen in qualifying in FRL this season. But we're going to go on board with Arise on a flying push lap to see if Arise, the Red Bull man, can get any further out in front, and maybe, I dare say, get into the 36s. That would be absolutely extraordinary from Arise. The F4 driver, no less. But he's going to... Oh, no, he invalidates already. And I don't think he has enough time. No, he doesn't have enough time to go for another lap. So I think that's Arise's qualifying over. We'll look at Demoniac, who's not improving at the moment. I think he's going to go on one more push lap, I believe. As he's got an Alpine behind him. But we'll go on board with the next man who's going to come across the line with a pushing lap. Or push lap, which is going to be Lewis, who's 1.4 seconds up. It's actually looking quite decent from Lewis here, as he invalidates, as he crashes out. Just rage there getting the better of him. And, I mean, that's just really unprofessional from Lewis. Didn't need to crash out there. Maybe if he got this the next lap invalidation, it's understandable, but he just didn't need to do that. As Ties sets a pretty poor lap, but he's still got one more to go, so he's got a little bit of a lifeline there. Arise, obviously invalidated, so he's cutting absolutely massively as yellow flags are being waved. I think that's for Lewis. So the next one across the line, Demoniac is up on his time by a 10th. See what he can do, the Ferrari man. As Ties as well, he's going to be also pushing. But at the moment, it is Demoniac in third place. As Evil Zook, he goes really close. He's 27 thousandths behind Arise. And that is very, very tight between the top two. And FRL top 3 at the moment. It's very close. I just realised Pippo's third. 33,000 separate the top three. That's absolutely incredible. Demoniac's invalidated. So that's him out of the running. And Tige is in the wall, no less. And the Alpha Tauri's going to have to reverse out the way. His car looks almost like a 1960s one as he crashes out the session, just to boot. But RVDRKO 1000. I'm not sure how you're going to shorten that, but he is at the moment in 10th season, validated again. So a lot of drivers struggling with track limits. As Mini, he's up by almost a second. Hopefully he doesn't invalidate with track limits, but he's in that infamous Mercedes, which we saw fight it out really hard on Sunday. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can do just as well in that car. I doubt Mockingjay will get the win, but I'm sure he'll give it his best shot to maybe get some really solid points. But Mockingjay round the last corner, what's it going to be? And I think he stayed P12, but that's his qualifying wrapped up. Poor. Very exciting qualifying with the top three separated by 34 thousandths of a second. Red Bull out on top, and Arise, it just seems to be starting to close in on VIP in that championship. Arise starting first, VIP starting last. Couldn't have gone any worse for VIP, sadly, for him. Obviously, with a qualifying ban, I believe, or even if he didn't, I'll have to check again. I don't think he got a qualifying ban. No, he didn't. So that was a just VIP GTA Gamer's mistake, and that's definitely disappointing. Going to be disappointing for him. As I'm going to try and get the track map up again. Nice. But we are going to load into the race, and it is dry. It's going to be interesting to see what tyres the drivers outside of the top 10 go on to, as the softs aren't a very good tyre around here, generally speaking. The softs don't last very long, usually last about 6 laps on average. They overheat quite a bit, obviously wear very, very fast around this track. This track is very high degradation with fast sweeping corners and a lot of heavy traction zones. So overall the tyres just seem to get worn out quite a bit. The conditions I don't think help either with humid conditions. But it is obviously a dry race. The medium wall tyres in that Mercedes garage. Wonder if the Mercedes drivers are going to be on the mediums. I think Panda in the Mercedes is inside the top 10. He is, so I imagine he's got onto softs or qualified on those softs. And ooh, look at that. A lot of drivers on the hards outside the top 10. And that is a lot. Almost all apart from VIP GTA Gamer. He's gone mediums. So he's going to try and slot his way through the field. Quite aesthetically pleasing with all the drivers. Kind of picking the tyres in a nice synchronised order. As I said, it is Charlie out on pole in terms of F3. And Eva says, can I not join? I think if that's Evo from F3, you can't join. As Andy just confirms he has a qualifier ban. Evilsuit very happy with P2 on the grid. And he's doing very well. A lot of drivers I don't think are doing very well. It's been a bit of a messy session for me to commentate on. Partly because of my Wi-Fi and a few mistakes from me and generally the update on the game. So it's tough for me a little bit to commentate on, but obviously you have to move on. But it's good to hear Evilsuit and I'm sure Arise and possibly Pippa. I'm sure Pippa has high expectations. I mean, 34 thousandths off pole, he can't be too sad. But Evilsuit's so close to his first pole of the season. But P2, he's definitely going to take that. VIP GT Gamer, he's going to make up the rear of this field. He's managed, or I think Imposters managed to lose a few positions to the two Haases as he goes off as well. So I'm not too sure what's wrong with Imposter. Maybe his setup isn't right. It looks like he's just maybe not too comfortable in that car, as Kostya has disconnected as we saw in qualifying. But we are going to get ready for Arise to get us off. Well, Arise will be hoping, obviously, he's going to be leading them all off into turn 1. Obviously, VIP will probably be hoping Arise gets smashed into the back by Evil Zook or Pippo. Maybe we'll see some reminiscent signs of 2018, or maybe it was 17, where obviously the two Ferraris gave Max Verstappen the big old squeeze. Will that Red Bull get a big squeeze into turn 1? We'll have to wait and see. If your IPGA gamer isn't the last man to make up the rear of the field, I'm going to do my race predictions. I hope you do in the comments. As he says, because yeah, obviously he's playing with his internet, but the race predictions I'm going to go for are Arise out on top. I think I'll go with Tyres in second, as he looked like he had some decent pace, and I'm going to go with Energy in third. Whether Evil Zook will get second, I think that will be his best result of the season, is yet to be seen. Demonic is in fifth as well. So you've got some of the heavy hitters at the front, but you also got VIP out at the back. And I think we're going to load in. And we do load in, and it is 5 red lights, and they're going to rev their engines. And it's lights out and away we go. And can Evil Zook take the lead? He can't. He gets wheel spin for days. And I think Resolute rallies up into third. He's going to take the inside. Demoniac round the outside. I think there's an Alpha Tauri there who's got pinched. But Demoniac makes up 2 positions. Evil Zook stays the same. Pippo's lost 2 positions. Resolute Rally stayed in the same. Cryptic now. Out of nowhere. Cryptic's going to try and go for P5. It's all kicking off. There's a McLaren there who seems to have been shoved off a little bit. But out in front, it looks like Tyres is going to try and fight for P6 with Cryptic. As Cryptic's going to dart to the inside. I don't think Tyres is going to leave him too much space, as he wasn't completely alongside. But here's Cryptic, who will stay in P7. Oh no, just as I go on board there, I think that was Tyres. Tyres there, has he got damage? And that's another thing, this race is so long, as Tyres probably now as damaged as he is, well, as RVD KO, or I'm not sure, I'm gonna abbreviate that to make it easier for myself. But VIP, how has he made his way up to P6? Because now all of a sudden he's in a decent position to win the race, as those medium tyres are going to work like an absolute treat. And from last at the back of the grid, he's already up to P6. It's incredible. As just to confirm, there you go, 12 positions. Crazy, crazy stuff. But it is, at the moment, Arise has got a 2.1 second gap to Evil Zook. So it looks like Evil Zook might not have the pace in a race, or maybe the nerves getting to him in P2. Understandable. His best result, as I said, is third. And he's at the moment 6th in the championship. He's got third twice this season. He was actually in a running to win the first race, which was Bahrain, until he binned it into the gravel, I think, towards the latter stages in the race. Resolute Rally looks on a hunt for him. He's got slightly more ERS to play with than Evil Zook. But, you know, you've got to get in that DRS, as I think he surely picked up a warning there, Resolute. Got to get in the DRS to make an impact on any kind of driver to force the overtake, as it's very, very, very difficult with these narrow tracks, very similar to Saudi Arabia, which we saw at the weekend, as Evil Zook there goes quite wide, and I think Resolute Rally is going to gain a 10th, but he's still struggling to get within that DRS zone, as Evil Zook's holding the gap quite nicely to Arise, actually gaining a little bit there. So it's good to see Evil Zook managing to keep tabs with the top guys, as Energy's scrapping with Cryptic over unlucky P13. That looks pretty chaotic as they're side by side all the way. Looks respectful racing as Energy gets out on top. Very nice, but they're 27 seconds basically behind the pack, as now VIP is already caught up onto the back of his teammate, and I think his teammate's struggling quite a bit, as you're going to probably see here. Just looks like VIP's got a lot more turning grip. And surely VIP's going to make the move. I mean, it looks like a matter of time. And you'd imagine there's going to be a little bit of team orders involved here, considering VIP is obviously teammates with Pippo. They are leading the constructors. It would be dumb for them both to take each other out, or at least one of them get damaged, as Pippo's all over the place. And now VIP is going to try and force Pippo to go defensive, and Pippo lets him through. And that's probably the right thing to do, as Lewis is from 17th. Has he got damage? You'd hope he doesn't, as being that low on the grid. He has got damage, and I think it's pretty a long afternoon for Lewis once again, which is a shame as he's now dropped to last. There's more yellow flags, and I think they've been cleared. But Resolute Rally now, he's inside the DRS of Evil Zook, and it's going to be interesting to see what he can do, whether he can force an overtake. But at the moment, things are staying more or less the same. The man who was P3 in terms of qualifying, Pippo's now slipped to P5, and Resolute Rally's made up a position, and I think Illicit Brownie, who's up in P6, he's absolutely clouted that wall, and I think that's the Anderson Bridge, if I'm not mistaken, into turn 13, and it could be unlucky 13 for Illicit Brownie. Looks like he's lost his whole front wing. Looks like maybe he's just got a little bit too eager on the traction, and especially on those hard tyres, it's probably quite easy to do. As Lewis is going to sadly get himself lapped, and that's pretty much race over. As sad as it is to say, as Evil Zook lags a little bit there, I think that's on my end as VIP sets fastest lap of the race, 41.9. I imagine we're going to be maybe getting to the 39s towards the end of the race, so imagine times to be taking a tumble, as I think Illicit Brownie there in the last sector, turn 19 I believe he was, might have gone for a spin. Demonic as well, he's in P7 on a soft, and he's managing to sit with Imposter quite nicely. Imposter this time in the Alfa Romeo. As I believe it was, let me see, I thought Energy was meant to be in the Aston Martin when I last checked. No. Energy's in the Alpine, so I got that one wrong. And yes, it is Thief Player or Imposter in the Alfa Romeo, so that's actually, for my part, I actually thought it was the other way around, but as far as it stands, VIP as well, he's already caught onto the back of Resolute Rally, and he's using DRS and overtake. These two do get quite heated on the Discord, so a bit of wheel banging is definitely not out of the question by any means. But hopefully, if VIP makes an overtake, he does it the clean way. But we're going to obviously have to wait and see. The Williams man, he's leading the championship. He did say it plays on his mind during the races, obviously. And that's understandable. But is it going to affect him making a lunge? As there is a virtual safety car. And I can't see any DNFs. So I'm not really too sure why that has come out. Maybe it's debut on a track, but either way, Pippo's actually going to pit, so that's interesting strategy from him. Demonac's going to pit as well, so some of these front runners have lost out on a pretty cheap pit stop. But at the moment, championship standings, it means Arise is closing in once again on VIP GTA game. He's going to try and get his second win in a row, Arise, and that would mean he gains, I think it is 13 points, which would mean his gap of 46 would come down to 32, I believe, if he has fastest lap, which I'll have a quick check of. I think they should maybe add that to the F1 games, fastest lap indicator. That would be quite nice. But as Energy gets a drive-through penalty, so that's a little bit disappointing for the man who won his debut race in Imola, on obviously after the penalty. But looks like Zook, he didn't gain any time there. It looked like he's going a bit slower now. VIP GTA Gamer with DRS. That was a little bit, I think he caught Resolute and myself a little bit off guard. And he's already up ahead. But I think what the top two are doing, and Resolute Rally, or they might be trying to extend the soft to the hards. As VIP, I think what happened there? Maybe there was the timing screen, but apparently Evil Zook lost position for a brief moment there to VIP. But as things stand, it is Arise out on top, Evil Zook holding second as Arise pits, so it leaves Evil Zook out in a race lead. So this could be quite an interesting race. As Costa, I think that's how you say it, or Kostya says in the comments. But VIP He's 2 tenths behind Evil Zook. You're going to imagine he's going to make a simple move here. And it is an evil move. An evil move? It is an evil move around the outside of Evil Zook. I think Evil Zook gave that up quite easily. Obviously, both of them in the same team of FRL. Like a lot of these drivers, of course. As Stephen as well, his progress may be going a little bit unnoticed. He's in P5. There's yellow flags, and I believe that is Energy. And Energy's out! And is that into the pits, though? No, that's on track. Is it? Yeah, that's on track. That's really weird from Energy. Or is it? It is. Absolutely baffling stuff, really. Why would he retire? I do not know. But either way, VIP as well, obviously he made that move, so now he takes the race lead. Hopefully we don't get any safety cars, as this race has started late, and hopefully, obviously, it doesn't finish late. But VIP GTA game at the moment out on top. He's leading the race, 1.8 seconds over Evil Zook. The two Alfa Romeos are sitting quite nicely in second and third. The Haas in fourth, Stephen in fifth. Stephen and Evil Zook as well, they've got a little bit of rivalry in the championship, and a little bit of rivalry in general, as I need to not... I hope the viewers don't have these lag spikes. I'm going to just check the stream, as it is obviously a little bit behind me. Yeah, I'd ignore the stream if anyone lags off the track. I think that's just on my end, which I do apologise for. I'm not sure why my internet's bad. I've got Virgin Media internet, so maybe I need to improve that. Maybe it's an LAN cable. I'm not even sure if I have one, but either or, Arise, he pits, and that is going to be for medium tyres. I'm not sure, is that his second stop? I've got a feeling it is. No, sorry, that's his first stop. But Arise is going to file out about P10. As Costio's in the comments, actually, he's up in P10, but obviously he's not going to get points because of his AI car. But Arise at the moment in P12. I was just seeing Evil Zook 5 seconds behind VIP GTA Gamer, as he lags absolutely massively there. Or he lags on my end at least. But yeah, Evil Zook struggling to keep up the pace with VIP GTA Gamer. And that's, as I said, I think that's just the soft tyres really struggling and falling off the cliff, because the grip just absolutely diminishes off these tyres. And as you can see, that's a 10th loss to VIP GTA Gamer. He actually gains a bit there from Evil Zook, so that's quite nice. Maintains it through these last two sequence of corners, and Evil Zook, he is going to come into the pits, keeps it nice and tidy, very safe and very tidy. And now Evil Zook sees where we're going to see where he comes out. I imagine it's going to be behind Arise, but looking on a track map, this is what I was confused about. Arise is much further behind Evil Zook than I would have thought. And now Evil Zook is going to get these tyres to the end. And I tell you what, without a safety car, Evil Zook here, he could be on for his best result of the season. And that would be, obviously, P2. And he's going to get, I think, a shorter run round into the second corner. Is he ahead, though? He's ahead of Demoniac. Is he ahead of Demoniac? It's going to be tight. Oh, and he just about loses position to Demoniac. The Belgian doing very well to get P8. And now is the Belgian going to go on the attack of Mockingjay? He doesn't. And now Evil Zook is going to get past him. And that's nice, I think. And I think that's fair. But then again, Demoniac, he's on medium tyres. As Resolute Rally makes a move on Pippo. And those are on fresh medium tyres as well. You can see how much time Evil Zook's lost. And maybe the 2-stop is faster than the 1-stop. It is yet to be seen, but in terms of F3 as well, as there's another virtual safety car, and I'm not too sure why that is. In terms of F3, it's Arno once again leading, but I think Ed Zach is in a decent position, and so is Charlie, very much so, in P4. So I think they've had a safety car. But obviously in terms of this race, we are yet to have a safety car. We've only had 2 VSCs. is that going to affect how the pit stops play out? VIP is going to stay out, which I don't know. Maybe he should have pitted. Who knows? I think staying out maybe means he's limited a little bit, and he's going to lose a bit of time if he pits under normal conditions. But then again, he's got a 10-second gap to imposter, so he doesn't probably need to feel. He doesn't feel the need to pit. But as you can see there, Ariza's lost a minute with an extra pit stop. So I think Ariza clearly had an incident there. I'm not sure particularly what it was. Go on board here, you can see Ariza is going to make up a few positions. As I think Demoniac might have let through Iwazuka again. I'm not too sure exactly what happened there. But you've got a few drivers who are a little bit mustering behind. I think Lewis is still going, which is good to see. Just as I say that, he hits the wall. Just as Lewis's luck, but as Lewis skips over the white lines. But at the moment, it is VIP Gamer out on top by 10.3 seconds. That strategy is working very nicely for him. He's got some very solid pace, VIP. But at the same time, should he really be in the lead? He's from last. He went last to first. Maybe bad luck with the crash. As I think Evil Zook, I'm not sure really what's happening there. I think maybe the timing towers, for me, and the position changes are a little bit incorrect at times. But VIP is making this look very easy with the last to first challenge. So obviously yet to be seen whether he will pull it off. Evil Zook is he's not the furthest man on actually to make a pit stop, so maybe Resolute Rally might have a chance. But Resolute Rally needs to start making up time on those fresh mediums to Steven, and obviously most importantly to VIP GJ Gamer. But at the moment, Evil Zook as well, he's got a chance. He's going to make those tires last to the end, but I think he's too far off VIP to contest for the win. In terms of any moves being made, I think Arise is close to making a move on ties. Kostia's been overtaken by Illicit Brownie, that's obvious. Illicit Brownie obviously is in a race, Kostia isn't. You'd imagine Panda's going to catch right up, as you can see there. Gaining almost a second per maybe 3 corners. As there's yellow flags again, and I believe that's probably Lewis, and it is. And God knows what's going wrong for Lewis, because last week he got points in Russia. So clearly he's just not been on it today, but he can obviously come back stronger in Japan, which is quite an old track, and maybe that'll favour Lewis. Lewis obviously did score points in Russia, as well as I believe Bahrain, I dare say. As Pippo's definitely got a warning there. Cryptic picks up a penalty, and it looks like Pip's going to make a move here on Resolute Rally. This is for P5. Once again, I'll say it again, Steven doing a very solid job in P4. As Lewis, I think, is pulling over to let the back markers through. But he's going to have to do that quite a few times. I think he might be retiring the pits, which I don't blame him for, to be honest. No, as he continues, so fair enough to him. But hopefully maybe Steven can make a move on Andy for the podium positions. A spicy overtake, obviously, would be nice. As Jesse's not a big fan of Suzuka. Obviously the big curbs, the slippery curbs, are very different to here. The curbs are somewhat deadly around here, but I think they more stabilise you than in Japan, where obviously they really do spit you out. But it is Demoniac on the back of Iwazuke. These two are battling pretty heavily, and Iwazuke is actually going to lose the position. This isn't doing Iwazuke or Demoniac's race the best, because they've lost... Have they really lost 11 seconds to Pippo? Because I could, maybe I'm mistaken, but I could have sworn Pippo was in amongst his pack when Iwazuke pitted, when it was Demoniac, Iwazuke, and Pippo, I thought. Or maybe that was another driver, as Arise is pitted again. So Arise is really struggling. in these conditions, and it doesn't look like he's going to score points. And on the other hand, VIPGG Gamer, he pits, and it does like he's going to score the full 25 points. So what's going to save a rise is he lapped. That's the only thing. If he can keep it penalty free and not get lapped, that is basically the main thing for him. And the next person who's closest to lapping him is Imposter, who is coming through, I believe, turn 3, turning into turn 4. But it's going to be interesting. Parrot saying USA on wheel, which is obviously, I believe USA is the track after Japan. So that will be interesting, obviously, when we go there. The US, or just this kind of last section of the championship, I think, favours the wheel, as there's some really nice tracks for the wheel. Lewis has just parked it in the middle of the track. I'm confused whether he's given up or he's trying to let RVDK RO through, or whoever that is, but he's clearly had enough, I think, Lewis. And I somewhat don't blame him, but you know, you have to keep on the track, and hopefully he doesn't impede any drivers or get disqualified, as that'd be silly, as we still haven't had a safety car, and I don't want to jinx it, and I hope I haven't jinxed it, and that is Lewis. So, I need to stop getting excited as Steven's fighting with Resolute Rally. Resolute Rally makes a nice, tidy move on Steven. Steven in P4. Evil Zook dropping off the pace. So, I'm not sure whether Evil Zook is going to be in the running for a podium, if I've got to be honest. He's about 10 seconds off VIP, and VIP was about 10 seconds ahead of Imposter. So I think anyone who hasn't pitted yet, Evil Zook will overtake. So that would put him up to P5. And then obviously Demoniac, I think he'd get. So I think he's on for a podium. Maybe needs a little bit of luck to go his way. Still yellow flags for Lewis. I don't know what he's doing. He just doesn't need to go this slow. It's just embarrassing from himself and the league. As what's even more embarrassing is Illicit Brownlee causing a safety car. And he's lost that. I believe I'll have to check the corner names. It looks like he lost that at turn 54, exit of 14, out of Connaught is the corner name. But what does this do? It means, I guess the guys on the hards might get a free pit stop. Does this benefit Evil Zook, for example? I don't think it does. Does it change much, though? I don't really see it changing much, because the hard runners, I don't think the mediums can get to the end. And as for the medium runners who are on a 2-stop, what's the point in pitting, really? I wouldn't see it. So, Evil Zook, I'm not really too sure whether he's going to be sad or not. Either way, Imposter's going to be the first one to have the choice to pit. In terms of lap cars, we'll show this just so you know who's lapped and who isn't lapped. Mockingjay is going to be very lucky here. He's going to come out ahead of Imposter, obviously by pitting. He's going to catch right back up, so he's very lucky. But Imposter pits, surprisingly. He's going to be pitting onto mediums, I believe. In the Alfa Romeo, of course. I don't know his nationality. Who will know his nationality? I believe he's British. Probably. He's going on mediums. Can they last to the end? Someone's going to have to tell me in the comments. I'm not too knowledgeable on the strategy, but I'd imagine it's going to be touch and go. I think he probably could make it last to the end. It's going to be quite close. Evil Zook's come out P4 after all the pit stops, and it seems to be the feeling that mediums can go to the end, and with the laps under safety car, I can somewhat see that. It's going to be, as Illicit Brownie says, 16 laps for mediums. Well, there you go. It means the likes of Imposter might have a chance of the win here. So this is quite interesting. Can Imposter get the win? That is the question. In terms of F3, if you're wondering, we're actually ahead of F3 in terms of laps, because I think they've had a safety car, but they're going to catch back up to us. Never mind, they might have another safety car. Luke's retired. They're on lap 13 and Arno's winning. Arno going for his, I think, 3rd straight win in a row in the Aston Martin. He's at the moment very dominant. And I tell you what, this safety car plays really well into Arise's favour, because I don't think he's going to get lapped, as VIP has joined the line, Imposters join the line, Demoniac's join the line, Evil Zook's join the line, Andy's join the line, Resolute's join the line, O'Steven, Pippo have all. So we're waiting on Ties is the next driver, and he's absolutely miles behind. So it's going to be quite a while, I think, till the safety car comes in. Hopefully it slows up a little bit to wait for Ties. As Jesse is saying, USA is a lovely track where I will race there in F3. I think not. And I'm not sure what he means by that, but obviously Jesse yet to race in F3. Why is that relevant to F4, you may ask? He obviously bottled a win. No, sorry, that was a rise. Jesse won in Austria. And obviously was very fast in F4 once upon a time. And Jesse's saying for 7 races after this track. So yeah, I think Championship can still be won and lost. If VIP crashes, all of a sudden Demoniac comes out of nowhere for this champ. I mean, I say comes out of nowhere. It means he gains a lot of points on Demoniac. I mean, if VIP crashes, Demoniac might even take the championship lead if he can stick a move on Imposter. He's on old medium tyres though, so is it going to be likely? Probably not, given by the data we have by Miss Illicit Brownie. As Nick saying, ahoy Parrot. Sadly, Parrot obviously couldn't commentate with myself due to the lobby limit I set, so shame on me, obviously. As I think we've got Ties, so Ties has joined the pack, Panda's joined the pack. Now we're waiting for Kustya, if that's how you pronounce it. He's in 11th. He's going to catch up. And then obviously behind him you have Arise as well, who, and I'm actually now going to read out the championship standings if anyone is obviously interested. It is VIP GTA Gamer, the Dutchman, out on top just like in real life, but this time it's by a bit of a bigger gap, 206 points. And Demoniac is in second with 181 points, so a gap of 25 points separates the two drivers. In third place with a race ban is Jimstraff. So that means if Arise scores 6th or better, he overtakes Jimstraff. Arise obviously at the moment getting 12th, but with a penalty of Panda and Kustya, he'll sneak and get 1 point at the moment. And fourth in the championship, as I said, is Arise. He's got 160. Pippo is in 5th in the championship with 128 points. Iwazuk in 6th with 100 points, hitting the 100 club. O'Steven in 7th with 99, so that's quite a close battle. Alpha King, who's now in F3 with 90 points, he's in 8th. Bar is in 9th with 70 points, and Evo is in 10th with 62 points to his name. And I'll read out the top 3 in the constructors, which is Williams out on top by, if I can see right, 65 points. They are out in front by, and it is Ferrari in second with 280. If I didn't say Williams in first with 345, as Mockingjay joins the queue as well. Red Bull are in third in the championship with 189. Alfa Romeo in 4th with 170, and Haas in 5th with 169. So Haas and Alfa Romeo find quite hard for 4th place in the constructors, and also Red Bull are in that fight. So it's kind of like three-way scrap for 3rd in the constructors almost. But Cryptic is on a lead lap. He's just pitted. I think maybe this might be his 3rd pit stop, I'd have a guess. 4th, so he seems to be making an incredible amount of pit stops. Is he going to catch up to the queue? It is yet to be seen. Hopefully, obviously, for his sake, he does. it does save your race if you can catch up to the queue. He does have a penalty though. We'll look at the penalty situation just now. As we've got 15 viewers, I'm not sure whether that's right, but under safety car, it's odd. But I'm not complaining, With all the internet issues, I felt like that's a little bit illegal as Cryptic hits the wall for the sake of hitting the wall. For whatever reason. As Lewis will say, he will win the race. Niels is saying Lewis is a pro, you know. Safety car in his lap, Parrot goals. I probably agree with Parrot. Checking F3, are they on a lap? Oh, they've got a safety car as well. So, whichever stream you watch, there's a safety car in both. As Charlie's out on top, I think. But it looks like maybe Cassidy, or most importantly, Arno, will be favourite for the win. As Parrot is correct. Safety car is in this lap. And it's 23 corner track as Mockingjay leaves. And as I think we've seen with a few other drivers, and obviously our fellow dear commentator Parrot, will he be able to join back? It's going to be nasty if he can't. Hopefully he can, obviously. But VIP GJ Gamer, he's going to be coming into turn 18, which is Bay. And he's going to be trying to lead them off, absolutely weaving that steering wheel off its hinges. So he really wants to get some tyre temperature into those hards. Imposter's going to have to be on his tail. He really does, because on those mediums, he needs to do his best. But look at that. RVDKO has an awful connection, and that's not going to be ideal by any means, as he's obviously going to get in the way. And already, VIP out of DRS, as you would expect. And that's going to absolutely hinder Imposter's chances of making an overtake. Lewis is already out. I think he's retired from the race. Yeah, I think he has in the pits, or otherwise or maybe he's just crashed on the start finishing line. Either way, Pippo is in 5th. He's, I think, scrapping away with Evil Zoo. My voice is beginning to go, which isn't the best, as Andy's lost his front wing entirely. And oh my, Andy. And I'm not sure whether that was deliberate. With all the lag, I can't completely say for sure. But if it was, Andy's got to have to be ashamed of himself. Because I thought his driving standards were a little bit better than that. If it turns out he took himself out. Because I thought Ty's got taken out there for a second. And you don't want to be seeing that in F4. I mean, this tier obviously shouldn't be all about that. It should be about improving drivers. So you don't want to see that. But either or, Ty seems like he hasn't got damage as he's going past O'Steven. Or is he? O'Steven seems to have the better straight line speed. He covers off the line. Good defending. Ty says, I want that space, thank you very much. Ty's is not going to make the move though. However, is Panda. Panda goes down the inside, almost pulls it off. But once that fight still rages on. But I think the two Red Bulls as well, they're in the background. Interesting to see if Arise can make any positions. The man who obviously led this race at the start. And look how close the top two are. They are really, really close, tooth and nail to each other. And a VIP goes wide. So could we have Imposter winning this race by a chance? And he's going to think about going down the inside. That was never going to work. But VIP using all the overtake. So is Imposter. Can Imposter make the move? It seems like it's a bit of an unnecessary fight as Andy's left as Mockingjay joins. Oh, as he goes down the inside, that was absolutely out of nowhere from Imposter. And this is going to be for the lead. And our VIP down the inside. And Imposter round the outside and they collide. Oh, and are they out? Are they out? VIP, has he got damage? If he hasn't, he's absolutely got away with that. I don't think he's got damage, but that's a safety car. And what drama in F4. Imposter trying to make the move on VIP and they get tangled up. And I tell you what, VIP, if he hasn't got damage, he's really, really got away with that. Because I thought for all the world he did. But Demoniac will be jumping for joy because he can maybe, I mean surely he's going to make a pit stop now. It would only make sense. onto a fresh set of mediums, he'd be absolutely rapid, but then again, he'd lose quite a few positions. So, it's going to be a tough decision for Demoniac. He is leading the race, though, from VIP GT Gamer, his championship rival, so he's gaining even more points. It's going to be interesting, this race, that's for sure. As how VIP, I think, is what Parrot says. I'm not very fluent in Dutch, but I think that's VIP pitting. And if that's for a wing change, that's going to be quite interesting. As there's a lot of Dutch chat in the comments, so I won't be able to tell you or to talk about that. But VIP did have damage, so as I thought, and now look at that. Arise is up into P6, so he's ahead of Jimstrav, and he's actually somehow gaining on VIP. And I think, once again, VIP, I mean, it's how many mistakes do you want to make in a championship and still win it, Simulator? Because he makes, whether that was his fault, or was it Imposter's fault, it's hard to know, as Evil Zook and... oh no, they touch! Is that on my screen? I am beyond confused here. Oh my goodness me! What is going on? Evil Zook's car got absolutely lifted up there. I am about as confused as probably you guys are. Just front wing, and Evil Zook, he's going to be... I don't believe what I've just seen there. What on earth was that? Was that ties? It's starting to rain as well. It's starting to rain. This race, the drama is absolutely incredible. The stewards reports, once again, are going to be crazy, but I'd love to see that again for all the wrong reasons, sadly, for Evil Zook. As, once again, Panda, it looks like maybe Ties, I think Ties has got connection issues. Or maybe I've got connection issues, or maybe everyone has connection issues. Who has the clue right now? But at the moment, as Parrot says, chaos incoming. As it is, Evil Zook Airlines at the moment. Resolute Rally. How is he in the lead? He's just stayed out of trouble. He could take the win here in the Aston Martin, behind the Aston Martin safety car. We've had this Aston Martin safety car in this game quite a bit now. I can't remember the last time seeing a red Mercedes one. But hopefully, for my sake, the race finishes before, and the interviews before 8:45, so I can watch my favourite team, Arsenal, probably get whooped against Everton. I've just realised the match has started, so I need to check the score. It's 0-0, if anyone's wondering. But bear with me a second, I'm just going to set up the Arsenal and Everton score, just so I can keep an eye on it. Nothing too cheeky from a commentating perspective. F3 is a mess as well, apparently. And... oh my lord! Ruben, yeah. Just as I go on board, Ruben spins. Bulow, down the inside of Matey Boy. It does look a bit of a mess, but Charlie's out on top with a penalty, though. Bullboy could be on for the win with the penalties ahead, same as Jacko. So that's quite an interesting race. If you want to watch F3, feel welcomed. I think somehow we have more viewers than F3. Believe it or not. Can we delete FRL? Lewis says. Well, I don't think we can delete FRL, but we definitely need to improve it, I think. And remake it. I'd be interested to know how Lewis would want to remake FRL, but that's all another day. Evil Zook has probably pulled one of the best master plans I've ever seen in FRL F4. those tyres are going to be absolutely bum slow, if that's a saying you can say without me getting cancelled as a commentator. He's pulled a brilliant strategy because he's on inters and he's last and he served his penalty. So if it starts raining, either Zook, from being in a bad position by being in Zook Airlines, he might, as he's going to join, I think, and cause the safety car to be in this lap. No, it's lagging a bit, or it's lagging on my end a bit. He could take the win if it starts to rain any heavier. And I think there's a few drivers who are coming to the pits. Well, I think that's just O'Steven. I'll tell you what, when O'Steven pits, you know it's big. So, could Evil Zook now be in a running for the race win? I'm all of a sudden a little bit more interested. It'd be absolutely phenomenal to see Evil Zook win. I think he deserves it, especially after all of that Zook Airlines stuff. As Lewis says as well. Little Brookie is the host of the server, Parrot says. Of course he is. Little Brookie used to race in F4, I believe, 2 seasons ago. Or, no, in F1, maybe last season, I believe. Or 2 seasons ago, I'm not completely sure. But, how heavy is the rain, you ask? Not heavy enough for intermediate tyres. Not heavy enough at all. It looks a little bit worse when you're behind a car, but it's just not heavy enough to warrant wet running. And I hope it gets wetter, because I would like to see Evil Zook take a surprise win. As Kostya, the AI, decides to, do you know what, I'll overtake Mockingjay. Mockingjay says no. Kostya's on 20 lap-old hards. Panda's on 18 lap-old hards. So this race can really go topsy-turvy and a half. Demoniac, I've just realised, and VIP have both pitted for fresh pairs of mediums. Will that come back to haunt them? Should have they gone inters? Oh, Steven as well, apparently. Common Evil says... Yeah, so, Zook Airlines indeed, Lewis. But a little bit of support from Steven, a little bit of support for Evil Zook here and there, you know. You love to see it. They're both on their intermediate tyres and caught up to the pack. But all eyes on this man, Resolute Rally, the Aston Martin. He's going to be leading from the Aston Martin, but Mylander is now going to hands on the duties to Resolute Rally. Number 24, can he take the win? It is yet to be seen. And he goes? No, now he goes. So Resolute Rally, is that a good restart? Is it allowed? Is he going to be slowing down because of the safety car? No, he isn't. So that was a really good... Oh, someone's off. Who's that? Who's that? Is that VIP? No, it isn't. Who was that? Mockingjay. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, my lord, there's front wings. That's VIP. VIP's lost his whole front wing. What on earth is happening this race? It's all kicking off. Arise! He's going to be fighting for P3. He's going to try and attack ties. He could be now launching a championship fight on VIP GTA Gamer. This race is completely kicked off now. I don't believe my eyes. VIP's got no front wing. Absolutely no front wing. And Evil Zook, how's he doing? He's going to let O'Steven by? No, he isn't. Pardon me, as it is getting quite a bit wet. So can Evil Zook start to close in Kostya and, more importantly, VIP GTA Gamer? Can he do it? 2 seconds. 1.8. Pippo and our Resolute are just fighting for the lead. Bloody hell. I mind my language, but Resolute Rally and Pippo, they're absolutely going out in tongs, and Pippo loses his front wing. It is absolutely self-infliction for Williams. And could Evil Zook be winning this race on intermediate tyres? Who knows? It could be Zook Airlines to Zook Airlines on top of the podium. We do not know at this moment. It's absolutely kicking off. Pippo, he's lost his front wing. Resolute Rally could be in the running to win this race. It's absolutely phenomenal stuff here in F4. Not so much for the drivers, as they don't have a clue what's going on. But 1.1 to Kostya. Evil Zook, he's hunting him down and it's starting to get wet. I'll tell you what, how far is he off the leader? Oh, 13 seconds. He would have liked it to be a little bit less. as we will stay on board with Evil Zook, and I think Pippo's pitting. So, it's here Resolute Rally. Resolute Rally has a really good chance to win this race. Can someone like Lewis say in the comments whether it's going to get really wet towards the end of the race? Because that would be very interesting to know. Hopefully he says yes. I think Demoniac went for a pit stop. So now, Evil Zook, he's in P7. He's losing time though to Resolute Rally. So he's got to do his best to catch up to Kostya. He's lagging a little bit on my end. He's losing a lot of time on my end. Hopefully there's no safety car, otherwise everyone's going to pit for intermediates. I'm not sure me going on board with them is the best thing, because maybe it's causing poor internet. And I think Parrot wants Steven to win. Interesting stuff. And Kostya, I think, is going to get overtaken by Evil Zook. Evil Zook pushing flat out. You can see the car wriggling about. And that could be... No, it isn't. It's in a pit. So Evil Zook will have a sigh of relief. Oh, I think a lot of people don't realise how badly Evil Zook, since his early F2 days joining, how slow he was. No offence to Evil Zook. And how many assists he's taken off. Pippo's retired though, and if that's a safety car, it's going to be a big kick in the teeth, and it is. Oh no. And now, will Evil Zook, if they all make a pit stop, will he come out ahead of all these drivers? That's the question. Inters all round. I'm not sure what that race will continue to be. Not sure how much worse, but it should be slicks to the end. Bunty, is this good for Evil? I don't... Arise pits. So if basically Evil Zook can be the lead intermediate runner, that's all he needs to care about. So Arise though, is he going to come out ahead of Evil Zook? That is the deciding factor, or one of the big deciding factors in this race. He's coming round the last corner. I think Evil's going to get him. What is he? Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. And I think Evil's got him. And that is massive for Evil Zook. And Steven's ahead of Arise. And then you can see Arise slots in. So, I think he's getting heavier this rain. It is. It is. So maybe Arise could be... No, Arise has got a penalty. Evil Zook could be in the running to win this race. He has to get past Kostya, though. That's the thing. His ghost car is going to be holding him up. And Lewis, I think, is excited for... Wait, is that an Arise drive-through? It is. And then the drivers behind have penalties. 6 seconds or 3 seconds. So, if Steven doesn't attack Evil Zook, could we possibly have Evil Zook winning the race? Maybe Steven will win. Say who you want to win. I personally... I would love to see both win. But I think Evil Zook, after going airborne, might just about deserve it. But Steven, throughout this whole season, he also deserves it. These two are 1 point apart in the championship. This is going to go absolutely down to the wire. It's going to be brilliant here. I hope you stick around. You definitely should. Kostya is taking his absolute time to catch up to the back of ties. This is going to be painful for Evil Zook, because Evil Zook's obviously not wanting Resolute Rally to come out in front of him. I think Resolute Rally is going to probably pit around Cryptic area, which might be a bit of a danger, considering he has no penalties. So the faster Kostya catches up to the queue, which he has done, is key. RVDKO has just crashed, quite simply. Not sure what else there is to say. I think this race is worth us running a little bit late, as F3 has got Charlie winning it from Michael Van Dongen from Evo. So that's and the 2 Alpines. And then the 2 Williams. And then Arno. So that's a very odd race with a lot of DNFs. They've got 12 runners left out of 20. So they've got 12 out of 20 or 6 out of 10. We've got 5 out of 9 DNFs. If you want it as a fraction. Nice little fraction. Arsenal is still 0-0, which I'm very happy to say. Wouldn't want to miss a goal. But Resolute Rally staying out on mediums. I want to hear what Evil Zook has to say. Not Evil Zook, sorry. Lewis has to say. Is it Inter's? Is it Inter's, Bono? Is what Evil Zook will say. Is it Inter's? That is the question. I think it is. And Kostya's pitted. And I have the feeling Evil Zoot might be in the running to win this race. I've got a feeling. I've got a little feeling. It will get worse. So maybe it could be wet conditions. This could absolutely... Resolute Rally and Tide, they have to get out of the way of Evil Zook. Tide, I'm not sure whether he has a personal grudge against Evil Zook. But Evil Zook should be saying to both of them in the Discord, get out of my way. You're not fast enough. You're on a slower tyre and it's going to be dangerous. Because look at those conditions. If you think they can keep it on the track, on the hards, it's not going to be possible. And Ty's has got a penalty. So if I was Ty's, hold up O'Stephen maybe a little bit. Because obviously maybe they're teammates. Even if they do that, I think O'Stephen will breeze past. Say who you want to win. I'm sure it's going to be between O'Stephen and Evil Zook. They both haven't won this season. Have never won in FRL. O'Stephen has only won in GHR, which is not technically FRL, depending how you see it. Safety car still not in this lap. Oh, Ty just bottled it. Ty just spun on the safety car, and that means Evil Zook is almost going to take the lead. We could be having... Is there a chance Resolute Rally's going to win under safety car? Because this race is taking forever. Another factor is, look at VIPG Gamer. He could be a man to win this race. Because he could get past Demoniac easily. He's going to get past Kostya like a piece of cake. He's going to get the rest on penalties. Then again, it's going to be quite difficult for him. I've got a feeling... Oh, it's going to be tough for me for Evil Zook. It really is going to be tough for him. Evil has won. You can't be jinxing it like that, Lewis. You can't be jinxing it. Oh, Stephen, he's there for the taking. The two Red Bulls, don't count them out. They've got the pace. It's just they've got penalties. I'd like to hear Rise's engine just to check if he's got no traction on as well. Ooh, my lord, he got close to O'Stephen though. Well, I don't think they made contact, but that was about as close as you could hope it to be without making contact. Jesse says Rise has drive-through. Yes. Now that's my problem. VIP GTA Gamer, you're going to have lap 27, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you've got about... let's say 5 laps for VIP GTA Gamer to make up. Demoniac's going to be easy for Demoniac should be an easy move for VIP. Because I think VIP knows how to overtake and he'll just dive bomb Demoniac. Kostya's ghosted, so that'll be easy. Panda's not the fastest, so that should be easy. Cryptic has got penalties. Ariza's got a drive-through. I think he's going to get... I've got a feeling that VIP might... I've got a bad feeling. Say who you think will win. VIP needs to gain 2 places in 1 lap. That's easy for VIP GTA Gamer. We saw him gain 12 places in 1 lap. The thing with why is Resolute on medium? Well, he's going to try and hold up Evil Zook, isn't he, Lewis? And he's going to absolutely fail because Evil Zook should... If he has a decent restart, breeze past. And Evil Zook, I cannot express this enough. He has to have a good restart here. Evil Zook, he's gone way too late. I don't know what he's doing. He's got to make a move now. He's got to go, go, go. Evil Zook. This is almost going to be like Career Simulator here. We're going to see what Evil Zook can do. Panda's already spun, and that's my point. VIP GTA Gamer, P8. We'll see what VIP does. Resolute goes wide. Evil Zook, what's he going to do? Evil Zook, come on. He has to get past Resolute Rally. Otherwise, it's... Oh, Stephen. It's all kicking off. Evil Zook is up for the lead. Evil Zook gets the lead, and now Evil Zook has got to absolutely fly away. Arise has got to drive through. I don't know why he's fighting like this. Why is Resolute fighting like this? Oh, Arise goes straight on. What is happening? VIP GTA Gamer, that is the worry. VIP GTA Gamer, he's in P4. Cryptic has to hold him up. Cryptic has to hold him up. Cryptic has to be the blockade. Has to. Otherwise, Evil Zook won't win this race. It's simple as that. Oh, Steven, he's got a little bit of sad stuff around him. Osim's going to get a podium, don't you worry. Osim's going to get a podium. Why has he got an overtake? I have no idea. I feel like Evil Zook, though, he's going to bottle it. I've just got a bad feeling. And look at this, VIP. He's so close to Cryptic. Evil Zook has to concentrate. He just has to. He's got to do absolutely his max. And look at that. VIP is getting so close to Cryptic. Every lap that goes by, it's going to be 4 laps remaining after this one. Cryptic, oh, VIP. I tell you what, a VIP penalty would help Zook so much. And oh my goodness me. Evil Zook has to be picking up the pace. It's way too slow from him. Has he got damage? No. Cryptic though. Tell you what, an Evil Zook safety car would be brilliant. I think it'd almost be the race win. Cryptic though, he's close. He's very close. I don't see the point in him overtaking though, because he's got a penalty. I see no reason. Oh my goodness, the lag. Someone tell me what happened there. And now Evil Zook's in P3. I don't know what happened there with the lag. And now Panda's off. Oh, that is such a shame. I don't know what happened at all with the lag. It looked like Cryptic got past Evil Zook, then VIP dive bombed him, I'd have a guess. But VIP, oh, this is frustrating for Evil Zook. Because, oh, the win was there. The win was there for him. And I tell you what, you take VIP out of this race, and you can still take him out of this race, and Evil Zook wins it. That's the thing. Lewis has to be careful with his language. I'm not sure what that word means, but keep it friendly. Oh, VIP is going to make the move here. Or is he? If these two collide, this could be absolutely crazy. Oh, they touch. Oh. And let's not forget, stewards could maybe be reporting VIP for an instant maybe beforehand, but look at this. This racing is absolutely end to end. The little bit of lag which comes every now and then is really annoying. But Cryptic is holding up VIP, and VIP knows he can't make the move, and wow, this is really getting tight. I don't know what to say. What is happening with the lag? It's so annoying because every time it lags, VIP GTA Gamer makes a move. Or almost makes a move. And now Evil Zook, oh, he has to make a move on VIP. Oh, and again, another bit of lag. And VIP makes the move, and this is frustrating that my own internet is this bad. Or VIP's internet is this bad. Evil Zook, if he can make a move, that'd be great, because he's got Demoniac right up his chuff. Oh my goodness, what a dive bomb. And now Cryptic, oh, now Demoniac flies past, and Evil Zook. Oh no, it's falling apart from him. I mean, he could still get P2, which would obviously be a positive, but... And now Demoniac has got second, which is good for his championship, but for Evil Zook, it means probably a P3, a podium max, which is one of his best of the season, but a win was right there for the taking, and that's really a shame. I'm not sure whether Evil Zook is just the pressure's getting to him, which I think it is. This is a massive shame. Arise as well, I think he went straight on into the wall. I think maybe he broke too late or something. It looks like he's struggling in P7. If he can catch up Kustia, which you'd expect him to, he's going to get Jim Strav in the championship. Iwazu needs to make sure he doesn't get a penalty, because at the moment he's getting P3. As Jesse says, Zook, yeah. It's really sad, this, because although VIP GTA game, he's driven a brilliant race from last to first. And when was the last time VIP GTA Gamer won? He last won in Spain, to be fair, so VIP, he hasn't won in a while. Looking at Arsenal, still 0-0, which is good to see, but... Wow. Oh, what disappointment for Evil Zook. And Demoniac as well. He's going to be quite happy with that, with this race. I think with second is very good for him, especially for the championship fight. And then you got the Evil Zook and O'Steven. And O'Steven and Evil Zook, they're both going to be gaining points on Jimstrav. And gaining points on Pippo, actually. So that's quite interesting. Maybe Pippo might be brought into this fight for, I think it's P5 in a driver's standings. But Evil Zook, he's trying to go all over the back of Cryptic, but he just can't make the move. Cryptic is a red bus, if you like, if you're from London like I am. He's an absolute red stagecoach bus ahead of that Alfa Romeo livery. Not the colour red, but talking of red, Demoniac is catching up to VIP. As I've seen, we've got 229 comments. I would say let's get to 300, but I don't want to break the stream. But Demoniac, 1.8 seconds as Rise gets a penalty. O'Steven is hindering. Iwazuki's doing his best impression to try and be like a lion and defend all in the mirrors, but Iwazuki, if Bar was his team radio engineer, he'd be saying, get Iwazuki to defend like a lion. He goes really, takes a weird line round there, and now O'Steven is putting pressure, and this is for the last podium position, so Evil Zook and O'Steven runs a little bit deep, and I don't know why he's got overtake on, baffles me. Because obviously the wheel spin, but if he's got full traction control on, then I guess it makes sense. And now O'Steven, he hits the wall. Has he got damage? I'm not too sure. I don't think so. But my oh my. Phew. This race has Ties DNFs as well, so that's a big shame for Ties. He loses out on 2 points. It's been a really odd afternoon for Ties. I'm not sure how to explain it. Being one of those where he's just not really made a massive impact on the race. Obviously, in qualifying, I think he was up there at some points, but he'll come back stronger, I'm sure, for Japan if he can. Obviously, I guess just sort out his consistency. But it looks like Iwazuki is going to be getting a podium, which is going to be only so much medicine for sadly, oh sadly, obviously losing out on the win. Can it end now, please? I mean, it is sad for any Evil Zook fan. But Japan, Lewis surprisingly doesn't like, but either or, is it's going to be VIP GTA Gamer winning in Singapore. He lost one in Spain, and he finally takes another win. Demoniac, his championship rival, will take second. So Demoniac is going to lose points in the championship fight to VIP. VIP finally wins, last to first challenge. Brilliantly done from VIP GTA Gamer, stealing a win off Evil Zook. Evil Zook does take a podium. O'Steven fourth. A Ferrari 2-4, not too shabby at all, as there's absolute carnage down the straight. Red Bull get 5th and 6th, which isn't the worst result. But then again, Arise is used to getting podiums, so he's going to feel a little bit unsure how to react to that. Kustya won't score points, as you can see, he's in AI mode. Panda will come around last corner. He'll get 4 points on his debut. So fair play to him. Fair play to Panda. Nice to see drivers finishing races. And turning up to them as well, which a lot of drivers don't do. So that's really nice to see him get some solid points. And these are the sorts of races where you have to say to drivers, just finish them. And you do get points. If you are 3 seconds slower than Demoniac a lap, you still get, I think, P7. Because Kustya was in AI. And that's 7 points, or 6 points. Iwazuk... Yeah. Iwazuk, I'm not sure whether he's happy or sad about a podium. But yeah, as Parrot says as well, VIP, I think it's deserved of driver of the day. Very much so. Lata first. Last one in Spain. And he wins, and he's leading the championship. Oh, it is dramatic stuff in Singapore, but it is VIP GTA Gamer who will enjoy that champagne a little bit more than Demoniac and a lot more than Evilzook. Evilzook will probably be quite a bit gutted with the result, where he would have expected himself to do a little bit better than third, leading with 4 laps left. I'm not sure what happened into turn 1, but it looked like Cryptic attacked him, and then VIP GTA Gamer also made the move on him. Imposter takes fastest lap as well. So that's, I believe, a point for Imposter, but I'm not completely sure. Absolute buckloads of comments flooding through. But VIP GTA Gamer has never been below P5. Consistency is the way to win. He is very consistent at getting top 5. The only problem is he's also very consistent at getting qualifying bans and getting sometimes making the wrong decisions. So for him to be still leading the constructors tells you how good of a driver he is. But at the same time, is he F3 worthy? I'm not too sure. I don't think he would last very well in F3. But he'd definitely love to prove me wrong, I'm sure, next season. But then again, who's going to turn down another championship? Who knows? But in the end, it is VIP GTA Gamer, the Dutchman, out on top. It extends the championship lead to Demoniac, who's also second in the championship. Iwazuk gets his 3rd podium of the season. Gets third podium of the season. Has a nice ring to it. It's round 17 though, so it's not as nice. But Steven P4, he's definitely going to take that. Considering he was 1 point behind Iwazuk, he's now going to be 4 points behind Iwazuk in driver's standings. Red Bull getting a solid result of 5th and 6th, but you definitely wouldn't have expected it to be that way round. Cryptic with his penalties obviously didn't do him the best to maybe get a chance of winning the race. But Arise, if he is on no traction control, which I think he is, I think the wets, well, as soon as the race kind of, well, I think it was in the first round of pit stops he made his mistakes, which made him drop almost a minute behind VIP. So something went on there. Kustya takes 7th, Panda's takes 4th. Panda will take, I believe, 7th, because Kustya will be excluded from the results. Resolute will be the last of the finishers. As Tyres will get 2 points, sorry, as he's 2 laps down, so he still gets points. And the rest, all DNF'd. Happily ever after. We will wait for the timing to go off. I might join a party. I will join a party. So and we are now here for the F4 interviews after the end to another very, very chaotic race. But we will start with, as Someone's playing Minecraft. But give me a sec. But yeah, it is the IPGT game as I mute everyone. So last to first, your first win since Spain. Extend your championship lead over Demoniac. What more could you want?
Yeah, it was pretty hectic again. Yeah, I had an amazing first lap. Everyone crashed ahead of me, so I could easily go past. So yeah, I really had some luck today. Some bad luck with imposter. At the end, it all went good, so nothing to complain about, I think.
Yeah, we just heard you say that imposter bit, but do you know when that incident? Can you remember when that incident took place and what was kind of involved in it? Wasn't that the one halfway through the race around about when you guys obviously tangled and you got a slight bit of front wing damage?
Yeah, I don't know. He, yeah, he was quicker than me, but he lost his patience and he did a dive bomb on me, and we were going to a very narrow corner, so he just steered in on me and we crashed into the wall. Yeah, he knows that it was his fault, so yeah, I don't think I'm gonna report it. I already won, and he know what he has done, so yeah.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. But as you said, you won the race. Obviously, you've only taken 2 wins this season, and compared to some of the other championship leaders, that's obviously maybe not as much. But as I think Niels, I believe, pointed out in the YouTube comments, when you have finished, which has been all but 3 races this season, you've always been fifth or above. So you have been very consistent. But like we saw today, a few times you do make mistakes, but you somehow still manage to claw it back all the time. So it's kind of this week in week out thing where it's up and down and up and down. And how do you do it?
Yeah, you got out there.
Oh, I was just saying. Obviously, every week you sometimes make mistakes, but also always pull it back for a top 5 finish when you do finish. I was just wondering, how do you make it work in terms of always I guess getting a top 5 and pulling it back a really good race.
You got out again, but
Oh no.
yeah, on the same time.
Should I go third time lucky? Basically, how do you keep getting good results, top 5s?
Being patient and just avoid all the contacts most of the time. Just like with the starts, if you start at the back, just maybe break some earlier, so everyone goes and crash, and you can easily go past.
Yeah.
Yeah, every there's always gonna be some incidents in F4, so just be patient and pretty easy. If you just be patient, and you can go like a 7 or ahead. So yeah, it's not that hard to overtake at the start, I think, if you're being smart.
Yeah, and as you
Great
say
English.
there, yeah, you made 12 positions on the first lap, but in terms of Japan, I think overtaking might be about the same, because Singapore, obviously, with some more DRS zones than Japan, is a little bit narrower, but with Japan, I guess maybe you have 2 overtaking opportunities. But how do you think you're going to do in Japan, in Suzuka?
Yeah, I'm okay at Japan. I think a lot of people are gonna struggle, so there are chances for me, but yeah, we'll see. If I just keep the consistency high, I think I can easily get a podium again. So, and don't crash in qualifying.
Yeah, definitely not. But anyway, very well done. I'm sure I definitely agree with the driver of the day in game, and as you said you would before the race, obviously well done for getting driver of the day and the win for a loss to first challenge. So enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
And we will now come on to so bear with me. I'm gonna. Oh, Demona. Okay, so give me a second. Do you know what? We'll leave Mr. Demoniac to the end of the party. It seems to me. Yeah. Is Evil Zoot there? Just wondering. Okay, I thought I was muting you because I kept on muting and muting. But yeah.
Yeah, I just muted myself.
You might need to get some French questions ready after this interview.
Oh,
but,
yeah, I will do. Will do. My pronunciation won't be the best though.
Well, I mean, we'll completely skip. Well, the Peter in qualifying very good, but in terms of 5 laps left, it was basically a 5-lapper race to the end. And I was on stream saying, obviously, you needed to get past Resolute Rally as soon as possible, which you managed to do. But as I pointed out on stream, with VIP in 9th, he was always going to be a threat with no penalties. And with Cryptic holding you up, or you not being able to make the overtake, it seemed as though obviously the win fell away from you. But you got your 3rd podium of the season, so how are you feeling after the race?
I don't know whether to laugh or cry because the win was there. I feel like told me I wasn't struggling to get past, but the straight where I got past the rally, Cryptic went for a dive bomb and I had to give position both to him, and GTA got past in the end. So yeah, very annoyed about that, but still P3 from despair, really. I don't know what was going on with Ty's internet or the wheel or anything, but I don't know what he's doing there under safety car. And at 5 seconds, I'm not going to look to get it removed because I served it and there was safety cars anyway, so and I'm P3, what's the point? But race could have gone a lot better in the end, obviously leading. I haven't got the confidence as much as like GTA and Demoniac who have been doing it. I think I've only had about 7 laps, so but P3 in the end for the team. Yeah, it was a very good result in the end, especially with Haas not scoring again. So it's a big result in the and also with Red Bull, how low they were. I think we closed the gap by like I think P4 is definitely on the cards, and Pippo DNFing, that's opened up P5 in the championship, which I think this race is going to prove to be a turning point.
This race, in terms of your championships, as you pointed out, there's about 1,000 different possibilities of you to lose in game positions. But I'm just looking here. I said it last week when you DNF'd and you were very, very sad after Russia. You've had 4 DNFs this season, and
5.
Oh, well, now, sorry, 5.
I've had 5, yeah.
And after 3 of them now, because this one is your 5th, you've got, after 3 of them, you've got all your podiums. So if you want to keep on DNFing, I think you'll get podiums. Oh, well, you DNF'd 5 times now after,
yeah.
But, and you keep getting podiums after you DNF'd somehow. Somehow, yeah.
Fire, basically. Was for Bar. I mean, Costa is going to be a great teammate and definitely help out in the Constructors Championship. It's really sad to see Bar go because we've been teammates since F2 as well last season at this race, and this is meant to be our anniversary of being teammates for a season. But and I'm glad I could repay him with a podium.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Well, definitely agree with that. Whereas obviously Bart dropping down to reserve, but with him scoring 70 points, you scoring some good ones for Alfa Romeo, I'm sure you're going to want to carry Alfa Romeo to some solid constructors points and a good position. But in terms of Japan, how's your pace round there? It's good, of course, with HBR podium, but how good?
Well, I'll quickly go over like HPR. wet start, qualify P9, so I've got a lot of time in the qualifying run as well. Good, I crashed out then. But it was wets to dries, and Japan definitely is one of my strong tracks, so I'm really hoping that I don't bottle it. Make the final race of 2021 a very good one. Hopefully, I feel like this and Brazil are going to be my two strongest tracks coming up, so hopefully I can get some really, really good points there, especially for like Jeddah, when I'm going to struggle to score.
Well, if anything, today's to go by with the amount of comments saying "Come on, Evil Zook." Hopefully you'll do really well and obviously enjoy your evening. And well done for a third podium of the season.
Thanks for commentating. Grazie to my fan, to the Tifosi, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. I'm sure I'll bottle. But anyway, next one in the party. Nah, I'll do my best. But who's next in the party? I've got the race results here already anyway, so Resolute Rally? You might want to get some questions for Mr. Demoniac up later. But I think it's Resolute Rally next in the party if he's there. Oh. I can't hear oh.
Yeah, don't ask.
Is Resolute Rally in the party? Sorry, I had a complete bit of lag. Oh, I'm absolutely confused. I'm going to move on to Lewis. Is Lewis there? Okay, now I can hear us. This is so bad. I think it's my internet or someone's internet. I'm sorry. But if you're there, Resolute Rally, just talk through your race. Yeah. Mhm. 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 Yeah. I mean, did you not consider pitting when it was already wet towards the end for wet tyres, or was that your hope that it'd dry out? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously it didn't in the end, and sadly you lost the win. But in terms of Japan, yeah, if hopefully you can hear me, are you faster at Japan? Mhm. Yeah, Japan's obviously a dangerous track, but I think you managed to get at least 4 points because obviously Pan or Kostya will be excluded from the race results, so you get some solid points. So we'll see you next week, and hopefully next week you do get a win because you're getting close. So well done, and enjoy your evening. Yeah, that's a good aim. But
Just
anyway.
saying, Bunty hasn't seen it. Arsenal are 1-0 up.
Yeah, I've seen it in the comments, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. Anyway, we'll move on before the football talk ensues. Is Lewis there? Lewis should always be in the parties. Hoi hoi. And it is, well, Lewis, not the best day. You did some interesting things on stream, going very slowly around the track at one point, parking it on the track, and yeah, it was an odd day for you today. Do you want to talk us through it? Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I mean it's pretty impressive in the sense that you kept on going when a lot of drivers would have quit. So in that sense, obviously well done. But it looks like your setup wasn't maybe the best because we saw a lot of spins, or maybe that was just lack of concentration, like you said. But in terms of Singapore compared to Japan, which one are you more confident on? I'd be interested to know. Hmm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, as you said, I think in qualifying you looked really fast. As you said, I think in the comments I caught that you would have been top five if you put the lap together, which is a shame because that would have been one of your best qualifyings of the season. But either or, as you said, in Japan, the walls are quite far further away. Were you racing in F2 last season for Japan, out of wonder? Do you remember what happened in your? Did you finish the race? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see, we'll see. But hopefully next week you get back on form. Maybe you'll go to wheel. I'm not sure whether you're on wheel today. Uh, okay, maybe you want to go back on pad because it seems that you had really good luck in Russia. But we'll see anyway. But yeah, anyway, best of luck. We'll see you next week. Hopefully you get another solid amount of points like you did in Russia. And obviously go and enjoy your evening. Doi doi. And I believe we are almost wrapped up. So Evil Zook VIP, we got Imposter in a party. I'll enter Mr. Imposter if he's there. Hello, and well, it was an interesting race for me. It went from pretty poor with the qualifying to almost, well, being in the lead briefly, but obviously tangling with VIP GTA Gamer. So, do you want to talk us through how you got into that position in the first place? Because it looked like you came out of nowhere from having a really poor qualifying, if you don't mind me saying, to a really good race at one point. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I've just realised that. But yeah, I mean, you made up a lot of positions. So was it strategy or just clean overtakes? Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it was tough to tell whose fault it was on stream. I was a little bit contradicted with my camera angle, but if it was your fault, obviously, nice to know that you obviously taking it on a gym. It's probably better for you as well, obviously, with penalty points, etc. But in terms of Japan, um, how do you feel going to that race? Because also, by the way, you pick up a point with fastest lap. Do you think you'll be able to keep your 100% point scoring record going? Fair enough, fair enough. Someone has to get fastest lap, so well done for getting fastest lap on RC. Also, by the way, where are you from with the flag? I was interested to know during the race. UK, RC, yeah, yeah. Well, no. uh Well done for getting fastest lap, and best of luck of getting it again, and hopefully a few more points along to boot with it. So go and enjoy your evening, and we'll see you next week. Doi doi and bye. as I think, does Evil Zook by any chance, Mr. Evil Zook, have, or I need to unmute Evil Zook, does he have any questions for Demoniac before we wrap up? Or has he forgotten?
I sent them to you, so I've already got them.
Okay, so do you want to read? How's your French?
It's okay.
Okay, I'll do 2 questions. Is Demoniac there? Demoniac.
There's 3 questions and 1 statement.
Okay, is Demoniac there? If you could just say oui. Ooh.
Have you got him muted?
Oh, I think I've got him muted if he's speaking. That's stupid of me. Bear with me. I'm sound like an old person with technology. Okay, nice. So, Demoniac. Yeah. I'll go first. Comment avez-vous trouvé la course aujourd'hui avec votre quali race incroyable?
La course d'aujourd'hui a été très difficile avec la pluie. Et belle victoire de GTA. Belle victoire.
Belle victoire.
Good job GTA.
I'll do one more, Zook. Pouvez-vous commenter les premiers moments où nous avons vu Yellow Flag?
J'ai perdu la voiture, crash. J'ai essayé d'être bon, j'ai dû rentrer au stand. Et à partir de ce moment-là, ça a été compliqué pour remonter.
Oui.
Compliqué, dur.
Du Zouk?
Oui. En allant au Japon, comment vous sentez-vous et entrant dans cette école avec un excellent résultat ici à Singapour?
Singapour, j'aime bien Singapour. I love Singapour, mais je ne finis jamais les courses. Donc c'est un miracle. Le Japon, c'est good piste. Japon, good.
Oui, merci pour la course, résultat incroyable pour vous FRL et bonne chance la semaine prochaine.
La mort.
Merci.
À la semaine prochaine. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Goodbye.
And we will say goodbye to our viewers as well. And out and out, I don't know how you say it, but we are going to be seeing you in a week's time for Japan, the Suzuka track, the track which looks like an 8 if you didn't know, and we'll be saying bye to Yas Marina. It might be the first time we've ever come to Singapore in F4, so maybe some history's been made, I'm not too sure. But anyway, we will be saying bye from Singapore and hello to Japan in a week's time, and we will see you